And we are live. Hello. Welcome to Things from the Flood. We're playing Into the Dirt tonight. I'm Jeff from a little group called Adventures in Lollygagging. We play various games on the internet, Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays. All these wonderful people have great things to plug as well. So let's just get started, and I'll go a little summary of what we've been doing so far. I'm going to ask another question, too. And so, Bert, you're not going to get a chance to really think about it too much. But on your character sheets, there's a thing called drive. So teens are driven to solve mysteries for a particular reason and things from the flood, since all sorts of crazy stuff is happening. What's driving your teen? I just want to revisit them. I'm just trying to remember what everyone's drives are. So Bert, who are you? What's your plugin? Who you playing? And what's your drive?
All right. I'm Bert, BizLab on the inner tubes. I run a channel called Of Steam, Steel, and Murder, which is a podcast at Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. 11 years of role-playing goodness on there. And my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Steam, Steel, Murder. I am playing tonight. What the hell is mine? Edward Rankings. I am the computer guy. And his drive's a little dark. The reason he's pushing himself to sell all these drugs and to make all these deals to gather all this money. He's making this huge slush fund for all of his friends because he knows he's going to die before high school is over. Yeah, so he's really being driven to set up his friends for life.
What is he dying from again?
He's got cancer.
That's. Do we know what kind of cancer? Did you decide?
Actually, unknown kind. Barely diagnosed.
Okay, that is pretty dark. I dropped the links to the chat there, so go ahead and click on them. Give Bert a follow. He runs Chuck and I through a pretty awesome, fairly long Shadowrun game that's been going on for several months now. So you should come check it out. And speaking of Chuck, he's right there. So Chuck, who are you? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm Chuck, Defenders of Cobalt. We do stuff on the internet. Even if the Free League newsletter doesn't mention it. But yeah, I'm playing Levi, the musician of the group. And to answer the question, I should reference this more often. I feel like now that I read it again, I haven't been playing into my drive, which is I want to see crazy shit for musical inspiration.
Now you are allowed to change your drive in between sessions, so you're always if you
I'm playing into it now.
All right, okay. I'll put a bunch of chances to have ayahuasca and peyote and stuff, so it'll be great.
Oh wow, yeah.
I mean, it's the Southwest, so there's peyote everywhere.
Yeah,
you can get it at 7-Eleven. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grows on the trees.
All right. And then Joe. Hey, what's up?
Hi. I'm Joe with Defenders of Cobalt, and I am playing Nicholas, the street kid of the group, who his drive is to get out of town with his little brother because his home life kind of sucks. He's making it more difficult for himself, I guess, but in a way easier because he just knows he has to leave now because everyone wants him. Authorities especially.
Yeah.
So,
what's your younger brother's name again?
I wrote it down. You'd think I would know that off the top of my head.
You're terrible other brother. And you also have an older brother too, who's just MIA. So you're the middle brother.
I haven't seen him yet.
Okay. All right. Bottom row, Melissa. Who are you?
I'm Melissa with Adventures in Lollygagging. Here I play Allison Forrester, and her drive is just to not be at home. It's a very, very simple drive. Just his dad's an alcoholic. Mom passed away years ago. Home life is kind of awkward, so her goal is to just be out doing things. Often that's planning parties and doing that kind of thing, but she's been a little bit preoccupied with other things lately.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you really want to go home either after what befell your home recently.
Not in a hurry to. No.
Yeah. And then in the bottom middle square, we have Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm Jeremy. I hang out with these fine people and play lots of games. Also sometimes do a podcast called the Plewdcast, PLEWD. And I'll be playing the Lester Forrester twin, Llewllyn Forrester. He's the jock archetype, big, well-meaning, Lug. His drive is, I'm a winner, even if it means risking my life.
Wow. That's so
And as of
brave.
last session, he's also a social engineer.
There's a lot of social engineering going on the last step. Yeah.
He just likes the way that word sounds, so he repeated it a lot because that made it more true.
You got a nice little pick-me-up, too, at the very end of that session that you got to see young Ham just get completely chewed out by his dad as you guys were leaving, so that was nice. All right, and then in the bottom right corner, we got Dan. Hi, Dan.
Hey everybody, Daniel with the Defenders of Kobold. I'm playing Steven, the lone wolf, and his drive was to find some people we can open up to.
Have you found them yet?
I think so. I mean,
it's not this crew, right? It's a different group. It's off screen somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Okay, so let's get into this then. So it's 1992, as you all know. It's November. It's closing in on Thanksgiving. The entire mystery landscape began with a terrible dust storm that resulted in finding a very peculiar dead body of a girl named Alice Chandler, and you guys have kind of been spawning various other mysteries and incidences off that moment. One of those involved sentient meat that had infested the home of the twins, and another involved some kind of newspaper from the future, maybe? Showing the destruction of Endurance, our desert town. Others involved what seemed like some kind of collapsed something on the mountainside. Bugs as well. There's like these metallic bugs that were going around making people's head explode and such, or at least animals' heads explode. And so these are little things that are circling around our mystery landscape. More recently, you all on a Friday some of you decided to skip school. It's a good decision to go work at Ham's Meats because they needed some day workers to help them repair and clean up after they suffered some severe damage from that dust storm. And this involved, I think it was Llewllyn, Levi, and was it Nicholas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the three of you were at Ham's Meats. And you started poking around, and you found a tent in the back of the complex where they were examining cows. Cows looked. You also found a tarp where there were a bunch of like cow carcasses has been left after they had suffered some horrible traumatic injuries. And you saw a group of exterminators by the name of Bugs Be Gone that were spraying the cows with something, and then they were using some weird contraption that you never quite got a clear view of. Meanwhile, the rest of the crew went to school-ish, kinda. Turns out that the military police has Nicholas's ID, and not only that, knows who all of you are. Edward broke into a military Humvee and stole some files that identified a specific project. Do you remember the name of the project, Bert? Anyone remember the name of the project?
Remember.
I think I said the carrier. I hope I'm saying this.
Carrier,
The carrier project is.
Start with a C.
Yeah, so there's something called the Carrier Project, and then you also got like a Colonel Montgomery Chatham, who is in charge of it apparently, and somehow they had like information on all of you, and they were specifically looking for Nicholas, but they had information on all of you.
And Chet was talking to them.
It's true. It's true. Chet wasn't just talking to them, but he was also at the meat company, strangely enough. It was all very weird. So at the end of the day, at the end of the workday on Friday, at the end of the school day, Edward and Stephen and Allison acquired a Dodge Caravan from one of Edward's friends or clients who works at a used car lot. And they found a house in the suburbs that they could potentially lay low in because the people who were living there were going to be gone for the weekend. And everyone kind of got picked up from work. You saw a caravan, a different kind of caravan, obviously, of military vehicles and Bugs Begone vans that were leaving the complex of Ham's Meat. You also saw some sort of, everyone kind of got crazed and upset about something, but you weren't able to see about exactly what it was on the actual construction site. But eventually you all hopped into your cars, you traveled away, and that's what we'll go ahead and start up. Do you guys want to say that we make it to the suburban home? Or did some of you wanted to do some anchor scenes? I know there was talk about possibly doing that as well. Did anybody want to pick up doing an anchor scene to start off the night?
I wouldn't mind it. I've got 2 conditions at the moment.
Okay. Your anchor's your grandfather, right?
Grandfather. He may or may not still be in the hospital.
Okay. We'll say that since it hasn't been very long, you knew he was there in the morning. You check in, he's still there. They're going to release him the next day, but he's still there when you arrive. It's a little dicey, you going here, simply because something's going on in one of the wings in the hospital. Both Stephen and Nicholas saw some strange things. They saw some people with like radiation being infused into their veins. Another person may or may not have turned to sand in the middle of a room. So
He was a kid.
yeah,
Or it was a really cool art project.
could have been that too. But
In the hospital.
we'll say since it's an anchor scene, I can't put you in trouble. You managed to deftly sneak your way up to see your grandfather, who is watching some Montel Williams when you show up. Yeah, and he sees you. He's like, "What are you doing here?"
I just came to see who the father is.
Yeah, what? I'm I'm your grandfather, not your father.
Talking about the show, old man. You need to get with it.
Sorry. So he seems to be in a little bit better state than he was last time you saw him. Looks like they took some of his bandages off. He's gonna have a cast for a little bit on his arm, but it's one of those sling casts as opposed in like a, it's not like anything that they had. It's gonna take forever. But concussion seems to be wearing down. He asked you about your mom. Have you? How's she doing?
It's high strung as usual. More so maybe. I've been,
What did
she's
you
been
do?
I have done nothing. Mostly. Somewhat. Me and some friends were running around, and law enforcement, we didn't do anything, but someone there was injured, and we helped him out. But I knew that if mom knew that I was somewhere where someone got hurt, she'd freak out. So I did the right thing, and I hid.
Okay. Mothers have a way of finding things out, right?
Yeah, they do. They do. Speaking of that, if she calls here, I'm gonna go stay with some friends for a couple of nights.
Did you tell her this?
Yeah, I did, but you know how she forgets and worries.
Did you tell her this, or were you just saying
No,
that? Yeah,
not
you
at
didn't tell
all.
her. Okay.
No.
You ever think that one of the reasons she's high strung is because you do stuff like this?
It could be, man, but I gotta be a kid, right? I say, I graduate next year maybe. Gotta get out and have some fun before I have to, do adult stuff.
Okay. Well, you go have fun with your friends, but don't forget your mama. You're the last thing that she's got left. Because if something happens to you, then she's coming knocking on my door, and I just can't deal with her. Are you kidding? I'm too old for
That's
that.
fair. I won't put you in that situation, old man. I'll get you back.
Okay. Get on out of here.
All right.
All right, so you can go ahead and recover your conditions from that lovely little scene. Anybody else looking to do an anchor scene?
Might do one, but I probably just call
Okay.
from the phone at the house when we get there.
All right, who's your anchor?
It's just an upperclassman who's graduated already.
Okay, so you touch base. Do they live in town still?
I assume they moved away.
Okay, so they're probably like a town over, maybe, because there's a college About 45 minutes away, so maybe
Yeah.
they're in college there. Okay. How do you know this person?
Just from school. They were
Okay.
a couple years up.
All right.
Did
And
some
then-
stuff together.
All right. What's some stuff?
I assume like in the same club.
Okay. Oh, what club was Steven in?
I'm gonna go ahead and just throw some personal stuff on here. And he was in theater.
He was in theater. You were in theater, Dan?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So you're in theater.
Not the acting kind.
Okay.
The-
Yeah. Okay.
Technical stuff.
Is there a particular production that you and your anchor worked on when you were in theater together?
We're gonna go ahead and say Into the Woods.
Is it was? Okay. All right. And what's the name of your anchor?
I didn't give them a name. I don't think.
Okay.
So let's
Cats. Oh gosh.
just call him Nick.
All right, Nick. Oh, we have a Nick and a Nicholas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two people can have the same name.
That's true, especially one like Nick. Okay. Yeah, you call up Steven. No problem. Probably just, I mean, you haven't talked to them. This is probably the first time I think you've had actually touch base with them. So probably just a lot of catch up at this point. Just how you doing? How's everything going on? Do you fill them in on any of the craziness that's been befalling you?
Probably not in much detail. Just I got some new friends, but things are a little rough right now.
Okay. Little rough how?
Social problems.
Social
Not
problems.
between me and them, but kind of between the group and other people.
Oh, okay. Like a rival group, because this is me playing Nick.
Yeah.
Like a Sharks and Jets type of situation.
No. I mean, they're good people, but having some authority issues.
Authority issues. Okay. You're not the kind that usually seems to get in that kind of trouble. You sure you're okay?
Yeah, I mean that's trying to figure that stuff out.
Okay. I got some time coming up if you want to, hang out sometime. I'll probably be back in town for Thanksgiving in a couple weeks if you want to hang out.
That wouldn't be too bad.
Okay. We'll figure something out then. All right. But yeah, don't go getting in too much trouble. All right.
That's the plan.
Hope to
You
see you up here soon. Like it's college is totally different than high school. Totally
Good
different.
way or bad way?
Good way. Good way. It's more expensive, but other than that, everything's good about it.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So they click. You can go ahead and heal your conditions. All right. Anybody else looking to do this?
Yeah.
Bert, sorry. I have the way I have you crapped. I think I miss your arm when you raise it. Sorry. Okay, you had a friend, like a hacker friend, right?
Sorta. His hacker name is Doc,
Mhm.
and he is a doctor. He specializes in odd cancers, and we found each other on a forum. So he's my confidant. He knows what's going on and all this. So I'm going to shoot him off an email that basically says, "Gotta lay low for a while. If you don't hear from me after 2 weeks, email is sent to fire your way, giving you what is it called? Power of attorney over those documents that we had set up. Go ahead and exercise those."
You'll get an email back at some point, and the message, will confirm all of the things that you want them to do, but will also give you like a list of things, just kind of checking in, like, are you feeling this? Are you feeling that? Like questioning like your symptoms and just saying, if you feel this, you should drink this. If you do this, you should take more rest. So kind of just making sure that you're still finding
My
a way to
reply
keep
back is fully stocked in beer and cigarettes. It's all bad, but all good at the same time.
See, that's yep. And then you get a very early like eye roll emoji back. Like no, that's those nutrients, vitamins. These things give you a little bit longer, but that's fine. Okay. Anyone else want to do that? Okay.
I'm willing to do like a teen to teen scene for healing.
Okay.
Just like a
With whom? Like, do you need some, or do you are you offering?
I just have one, so
Okay. All
does
right.
anybody else need anything?
I don't need.
Yeah.
help, but I can help with it.
I think you helped your brother last time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think everyone is. If you're just the only one who's still suffering from some sort of condition, I think you're the last one.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I already saw my anchor earlier in this day
Yeah.
in game time.
Yeah.
So
This morning before school.
Yeah. So I'll just have a chat with Nick.
Sure.
Okay.
Which is sort of going to be one of those, I think, where like I'm coming to you like worried about you, and you're going to sort of like calm me down, like you're good. Like, what are you
Yeah.
gonna do? Like, they have your ID.
Yeah, I don't know. The military base is only here, right? So if we leave, it's not gonna be that bad.
But
Yeah,
how
I think
are
they're
you?
more concerned about my brother. I'm sure.
Yeah, the interrogation that I got earlier today, they're kind of interested in you too.
Oh, well, I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Well, I mean, you don't seem worried about it, so
Um, that's good. I am, but we'll I don't know. It's been working out so far. I want to see what's happening. But I don't think I can go to school. I don't think I can go home. So
not right now
gonna
anyway.
be getting a lot more difficult to float around. So hopefully all this stuff kind of blows over soon.
Hopefully. So you roll a lead test,
Okay.
and then the
Yep.
fun thing is that if you fail, then you get the condition, which is kind
right.
of played it like,
Fun
aren't you
thing.
worried? Because then if you fail, then now you're
What condition do you have, by the way?
scared.
Okay. Okay. I mean, you could push it, but pushing it would require you to take a different one, or you can just.
Can I use shame on it?
What's your shame again? How does it apply?
I feel my failure and misfortune is in my blood.
Okay, and I mean, she is your blood too. You guys are cousins, so yeah, I think that applies
Yes.
here. Sure,
Yep.
go for it.
I'm gonna use it. Do a pass.
Please succeed.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, it's not. It's a free success, Melissa. So he's good. He just can't
Right.
use
Oh,
it
okay.
for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
For this session.
Okay.
Okay. So, with everybody having kind of taken a breather, you found yourselves. It's a nice home. It's in a cul-de-sac, right? With like just 3 total homes, and it looks like one of the other 2 homes is for sale. So you're thinking there might only be actually one other group here, and you pull up in your caravan. Llewllyn, I believe you also took your car, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think you would have both of those cars there. You get to the home. Now the home is locked, so it's somebody else's house. You just know it's empty. So how do you all want to go about busting into this place?
I picked the lock.
Okay, roll a tinker. Roll a tinker.
All right.
Okay, 1 success is enough. And yeah, you're able to, without damaging the lock in a way that's going to make other people know that somebody broke in here, you're able to easily go inside. It is a 3-bedroom home. It's got a very nice but old kitchen, 2 stories. It looks like there's 1 bedroom on the first floor and 2 bedrooms on the second floor. And it looks like there's also 2 bathrooms, 1 upstairs, 1 downstairs where like the master is. So you can spread out however you want to spread out. Now my question then after that is there stuff that you guys are, this is Friday night. So is there stuff that you guys are looking to do Friday night after, this is the same day as like all the hams meat stuff? Or are you guys just looking to crash? And for those of you who learned something today, like is everyone sort of like divulging everything to each other? Okay.
yeah.
Will be.
I hand out the folders.
Yeah.
We've got a folder on each of us. I hand them all out.
Yeah. And then so as you're looking through those, it's basic stuff. It's really just looks like it's just who you are, who your family is, your address, your phone number, like really basic stuff. There's no like information in there that wouldn't be accessible like via school. So it looks like they maybe just got your school records and they have all that information from there. So there's no like, there's nothing secret in there that would just
Yeah, but it's just us. There are no other names, right? No other kids.
yeah, doesn't look like they have
Yeah.
any other names. So then the question is for those of
wait.
you, go ahead.
I'm
Bert.
sorry, Jeff. Did you also say that there was someone's name attached to the project?
Yeah, there is a
Mathis?
Montgomery Chatham, who is a colonel
Chatham.
at the base.
I want to see if I can find a phone book in this house and see if I can't find the name and address of that guy.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a phone book, no problem.
Or not the name, the phone number and address of that guy. Yeah.
It looks. See, I'm just gonna roll a little 50-50 here. Doesn't look like he's listed.
Of course not.
So he's also not. It's not a name that I would say is. He's not.
I was gonna say, how
he's not a
unique is-
celebrity, but like it's not a.
Well, how unique is the name? Like, can I find other people with the same last name that might be related?
In town, no.
Yeah, nobody
No.
in town. Okay.
It's probably there's probably been once or twice maybe at some sort of like downtown function for a celebration or whatever, for a Veterans Day thing or Memorial Day or something like that, where you might have seen him, but at that point it never really clicked. But he's probably been there, so it's not like this is some spooky figure that's never come out of anywhere. But it's just a name.
Town is small enough that his name is recognizable.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Those of you who have homes to go back to, what are you doing? Like, some of you've got parents, you've got siblings. Do you contact them to let them know that you're staying out? Staying
No.
somewhere else? No? Okay. So you don't contact
Not
your
for
mom.
me.
That's
think
going to go so great.
It's gonna be great.
I can't wait for that to come back.
I think my dad works so many long hours that it's just been the thing where I go to other people's houses for meals a lot, and so sometimes we don't see each other for several days.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
I'm
like-
not gonna.
What were you saying, Jeremy?
Oh, nothing. Like, our dad doesn't even see us when we're at the same table, so
Mm,
Oh,
not really a
God.
big deal.
Or he sees 5 of you.
Yeah, it's true.
yeah. Yeah, he's not going to start calling people if we don't show up.
No.
When he looks at Allison, he doesn't even see Allison. He just sees your mom. That's why I can't look at her anymore.
That's true. That's very true.
And then Steven, I think your parents are out of town too. Like, your parents go out of town for work a lot, and so you're often on your own, right? Isn't that kind of
Yeah.
how Steven is? Okay.
No big deal.
All right. So Nicholas, is there anybody who you want to contact?
No, I do want to. I would probably drop by my neighbor's
Okay.
house because I have that relationship with my neighbors where they're kind of like the safe place when
Mhm.
my house isn't.
Mhm.
So I would like drop in. I wouldn't go inside, but I would just stop by and give them a heads up things are weird, and that they might need to take care of my brother or something if my family gets into stuff again.
Okay. I mean, your neighbor, I think his name is Aaron, is suitably concerned, especially considering what's happened with your older brother. Probably starting to think that you're going down the same path.
Yeah.
Maybe
But
takes a little bit of time to try to
my
talk you
main-
back from that edge or something. I don't know.
Right. My main goal is to like let them know I'm alive,
Okay.
but so they could like relay that to my parents if they ask.
Okay.
Um,
And you
it eased the
specifically
panic a little bit,
and you
but I'm
specifically
trying
want to
to,
avoid your family, right? Like, you don't want.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Roll a move test to see if you can get into the home of your neighbors without anybody potentially seeing you.
Sure. Yeah. Move or stealth?
Oh, stealth. Sorry. I play a lot of the freely
Or
games.
sneak.
Yeah.
1 success.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you're able to probably wait until dark. Maybe you don't approach directly from the street. Maybe you kind of hop a fence or something from a block over. Little awkward. Aaron comes running out with a frying pan and a baseball bat. Sees it's you. And he's just like, yeah. But you have a long conversation. He agrees to do what you say, but he's also, you get the sense that he's worried. And he, I think you would probably also get the sense that he's starting, you might be starting to lose some currency with him a bit. That a lot of stuff has happened the past couple of days, and after seeing what's gone on with your brother, what's gone on with your father, like, you almost get a little guilt trip for a while that you need to do better than that. You have a little brother to help, and you're not being much of a role model. Sneaking away and hiding from your problems is not a lesson that you should be teaching him, whatever his name is.
Right. Let's just go with Zach.
Zach. Okay, now I don't like him though.
No, it's all right.
I have a Zach from elementary school that I don't particularly care for.
I have a Zach as an actual younger brother.
Do you? Okay. Sorry, Zach. Wait, is he in chat?
It's accurate. No, it's not.
Okay. So with that out of the way, everyone's kind of reset.
Question, though. Does Nicholas see any trucks when he sneaks into his neighborhood to see his neighbor?
He doesn't.
Okay.
So with all that out of the way, unless there's something you guys specifically are looking to do Friday night, we can shift to Saturday.
No, I had an idea, but I remembered that, like, we're never going to get anything useful out of adults. I had somebody I was thinking of calling, but
you can get. I'm not saying you can potentially get stuff out of adults.
Because there was our dad's buddy Floyd that I'd given him the tip to go there to get the day work or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of calling him to see if maybe he might have seen what happened at that dig site that we don't know what happened.
Okay, how about we just, since we're doing a little retroactive, roll a connect. We'll see if you can get in touch with him and see, and if you succeed, we'll say he did. And you're able to get him, and he'll be able to give you some information.
So contact?
Yeah, contact.
Cool.
So I'm gonna get every skill wrong tonight. Okay. You give him a call, and he's like, hey Llewllyn, hey, you gotta make this fast. I got a date tonight. I got cash to spend. What can I do for you?
Really glad to hear that. Like, things got kind of weird at the end of the day, though, right? Like, did you see what happened over at the dig area?
Yeah, I was in the other crew, and everything. I didn't want to cramp your style. Look like you had friends and stuff. You don't want some old creepy man talking to you. But dude, they found a body.
No way.
They did, man. It was like some dude with, like, a beard and a face, and he was like,
a beard and a face?
I know, like, and he had, like, on flannel, and I don't know who it was, but yeah, it was like some man probably in his, like, 30s, 40s, something like that.
Oh, that's crazy, man. Well, thanks, man, and, like, good luck on your date.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate you. Hear a as he's, like, spraying, like, breath freshalizer, whatever the heck it is, breath freshalizer into his mouth. Febreze into his mouth. He's spraying Febreze.
Oh my god, that's delightful.
But yeah, find a body of a 30 or 40 something year old man.
All right.
Okay.
Guys, there's like a body with a beard, and it was like and flannel.
Is that last part important?
I mean, maybe. So
It's the early 90s. Everyone's got flannel on, guys.
It's true. Baggy pants with holes in them.
I'm very ashamed of a couple pictures of me with baggy pants.
Me
I'm
too.
incredibly ashamed.
Me, my baggy corduroy days.
I just looked like a lumberjack in court. Never pulled off grunge. It was always lumberjack.
I was fully committed to grunge. Very, very committed. Okay. So you got your phone call done. night progresses, we'll assume you grab some food like pizza or whatever, you order something, or you just raid the cabinets with what you have. Morning of Saturday comes around. Everyone splits up. You sleep in various rooms here and there. Some of you crash on the
Actually,
couch. Yeah, go ahead.
raiding their cupboards. Do they have any hams?
Oh, yeah, of course they do.
Ooh. Okay. I make sure that ham doesn't speak then.
Okay. You start. So you guys watch at about like 11:30 at night. Edward's just like, "Hey, hey, hey."
This can of Spam says it's better than you.
Starts playing with him.
Fighting words right there.
Don't even kid about that. I will find a tire and I will beat that ham.
Oh God. No talking meat. But morning will come around on Saturday. You all wake up refreshed, feeling a little bit better, get a good night's sleep. A lot of weird stuff's going on. You're still kind of in hiding in a way. You don't know the severity of the trouble you're in. You just know you're kind of in trouble. The morning, while you're like eating breakfast and watching TV and whatnot, you get a broadcast, a weather broadcast that says that, oh, anybody who had plans for the weekend, you might as well cancel them now. Looks like old dust storms are rolling in this afternoon. So, any one of you who are thinking about heading out of town or something, you might just want to turn back around, crack open a nice 6-pack of crystal beer and a can of something from Hams that hopefully doesn't talk, and just relax for the weekend, because roads are going to be covered in dirt and dust and all sorts of nonsense. So just be aware, stay off the roads. And so you get and they show you some sort of basic crappy 1992 Doppler effect thing, and you just see what looks like a front in the distance. It's desert weather though, so it kind of doesn't make sense.
How long is it until doomsday?
That was my question too.
Yeah, couple weeks.
On a couple of weeks.
Yeah, you guys got like 2 weeks basically.
All right.
So they already know that we like to hang out at the Salt Flats, but the Salt Flats was a very good place to be during the last dust storm. So do we want to try to go out somewhere like that for this one?
Yeah, I mean,
We're technically already in a house.
Let's
Technically.
look at the map.
well, I mean, was it a good place? Like, we saw some wild ass shit out there.
Like, maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe we
Yeah.
just need to go like deep into it. Like,
That's it. Run towards it this time.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to the Salt Flats.
Now you got a couple hours before that's gonna happen. That's like afternoon, so it's like afternoon dust storm. So you still have a little bit of the day if there's other things that you wanted to try to do instead.
I want to collect some stuff for evidence gathering. I want to see if I can find like a Polaroid camera, maybe a tape recorder.
Like in the house, you want to see if they have
in
stuff?
the house. Yeah.
Let's see.
Or we can get some Tupperware containers.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of those things. Yeah, they have a camera. Looks like they've got some crappy tape recorder. And Tupperware is fine. Yeah. Easy enough. And so that takes like 5 minutes. I'm just looking for, is there specific investigative things you're looking to do in the morning, early afternoon, before your trip out to the Salt Flats this afternoon?
Well, I'd like to grab. Is this town small enough? Like, there's basically just like one newspaper, or do they have like a town paper and like a local or a state paper?
There's a town paper, but yeah, you can still get a state paper.
Yeah, I want to get both of those, and I just want to pour through them and just see if there's anything weird going on. Looking even like the Dear Abby and the Want Ad sections too, and it's just like, just pour over it and see if there's anything weird going on.
So the good news is that the Rogers, whose home you're in, actually does get the paper. So you do see a paper at the end of the driveway. The bad news is it's the state paper. It doesn't seem to be the local town paper.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a local section. You start pouring through it. There's news about your situation at the lake 2 days ago. So there's talk about that, and about how an architect's fancy home on the mountainside tumbled down, and how there was some kind of like drug infestation, that they were cooking up something and it exploded, and they're on the so there's no one was killed, but suspects are still at large. So there's that news. There's that big story that's going on. There's another story about a wreck on one of the highways that heads northwest out of town, and how the roads are closed. So if anyone's trying to get out of town to the northwest, they're going to have to take this long, circuitous path all the way around. They're going to have to head all the way east, or they have to head all the way west, which is just going to put a whole lot of time on your journey. There's all sorts of stuff about upcoming like holiday festivities and things like that. This the Patriot Run, or whatever I think we called it, coming up in a few weeks. And so those are the big things that are popping up.
This is so, Jeff. What I want to do then is, and this might be a little creepy to the rest of you, when I go out and get the local rag, I'm also going to pick up like a map of the local area for the gas station, and Edward's just going to like find a wall somewhere and just tack up this map and start putting push pins in everywhere he sees if there's like an odd occurrence happening from the newspaper. Okay. Get some like thread or yarn, start doing
sure.
looping them through.
I will say one other big story is the displacement of 6 families from Beaver Ruin Road in the same suburb that you guys are in, and how they still haven't been able to go back into their houses, as apparently killer bees have infested Endurance. So there's like all these stories about killer bees and stuff like that. And it's a fairly sensationalized, poorly researched, wannabe life science article about killer bees from Africa or something.
Cool.
Allison is going to give her friend a little bit of tips on like where to put things so that when you take it down, no one will know you were here, because she's done a lot of house parties and houses, and nobody was none the wiser later. So she's going to give some tips about like where to put things and how to hang them so that no one will know we were here.
Okay, so you have a good chunk of the day. So I'm not sure if there's other things that you guys want to look into. There's we've had everything from the Bugs Be Gone thing to the suburb. We've got I noted down like radio station at some point. I think Melissa mentioned. So there's other places that, like, you have time if there's something you wanted to do. But I'm fine fast forwarding if you want to this.
Well, you said
as well.
the subdivision we're squatting in right now has a bunch of houses that are blocked off because of killer bees.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey guys, we're in the area. Like, let's just go for a little walk.
Not only that, but Tiffany's house was one of those. You're on your potential new flame, and she wants you to pick up her Sophie B. Hawkins CD that she left inside.
Let's go check it out, and I'll pick up the Sophie B. Hawkins CD. Get some brownie points.
All right.
You could go do like breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh shit.
So, okay, yeah. So the home you're in is more sort of like centralized in the suburb, and you know that the 6 houses that were affected were right on the border with the southeastern like giant open desert that goes off. Like some houses have to be, and so that's the ones on the outside. So you head over there, and the last time you were here, you remember there was you got blocked off. You weren't allowed to kind of go past a certain point, and you can still see that there's some vehicles that are about. There's some caution tape. There doesn't seem to be anybody blocking the road, but you do actually immediately notice something right off the bat, is that there is a big van that's of Bugs Begone right in the middle of the street, or right in the pulled up in front of a house, like along the curb, but right in the middle of the 6 houses. And it's the same type of kind of the van, like the work van that you saw yesterday over at the meat company. So it's still, we'll still call it fairly early on a Saturday morning, like 9-10 a.m. You don't really see anybody out, and it is overcast today, so it's kind of dark. It's sort of threatening. You know it's not going to rain, but it's going to be windy and threatening all day.
Kind of want to just work through the backyards, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. We
Okay.
ought to start looking into this Bugs Be Gone group too. I mean, there are way too many places for it to be coincidence at this point.
Mhm.
Agreed.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's like some kind of like military front or something like that.
All
I
right.
don't think I've ever seen where they come from, just where they're at.
Yeah. I think that's what we thought since they were at the plant and it didn't make sense for them to be there compared to any of the other like exterminators in the area.
Is this exterminator new, or has it been like around this town for a long time?
Roll a comprehend. Anybody who wants to can do this.
Yeah, like I think we got a little bit of information that normally they're in a sort of nicer area than us.
Comprehend. Yeah. 3
Oh,
successes.
okay. Nice.
There we go.
Okay.
Look
So-
at the big brain on Ed.
All right. So 3 successes. You know they have been in town for. You don't know the exact time, but they haven't been here as long as the other one, which is just like a Terminex, franchise in the middle of town. But you do know that they aren't in the middle of town. That this specific company is off to the east, on the kind of the outer highways near the radio station, out by the military base, like kind of southeast of Lake Karayan. So in that direction. So it's a very inconvenient place for commercial, residential extermination, like pest control.
Right.
But you've probably seen them on the road. Like they have a fairly noticeable logo with kind of a scratchy looking bee. And you probably at least a year maybe you probably remember seeing that off one of the highway stops.
Okay. Yeah, it's weird that people aren't hiring local. These guys are way out of town.
Yeah.
Are we close to the thing at all, or are we just seeing this like from afar?
Seeing it from, we'll put it at like 200 feet away. Like I'll for now until I do some sneak rolls. You guys are just sort of passersby, just looking over, and you see like there's the residue of the caution tape. It's still up. It's just no one's really manning it anymore, and preventing people. You can still see the tents on the houses, and you just see the Terminator or the Terminator. You see you see the Terminator in the street coming right for you.
That was an escalation.
Yeah, sorry, things really got out of hand here.
Roll for initiative.
So if you're looking like Dan was saying, if you guys are looking to like hop through yards to sneak around, which is totally doable, sneak tests then for everybody.
Yeah, I totally want to check out their trucks.
Now, after we check
man.
the house out, we should sneak up to their truck too. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's the one
So
of
we're
these scenes
sneaking our way.
plainly
Oh
approaching.
man.
The good thing is that since you're all doing it, if anyone has extra successes, you can always help out a person who failed. You can always hand over one of your successes to somebody else.
I'm definitely gonna feel that.
Looks like Levi and Edward failed.
Llewellyn got 2. I got 1.
Okay, so Levi and Edward failed. One of Llewellyn, one of his successes can go to one of them, and then looks like, if you're doing math, it probably would make sense to give the one to Edward since he only has 1 d6 to roll. Levi's got a bunch, so Levi, if you want to push that.
Yeah, I'll push that.
Okay.
Are we falling back to our old officer and a gentleman routine?
Okay.
Do you have a thing that helps you at all?
What is that?
Shame.
Well, mine's the first song that I got kind of popular. I totally ripped off.
I don't know what
Gotta
that's
see how that
sneaking
applies.
through neighborhoods.
I don't see.
Try.
Maybe we're moving through these backyards, and I hear someone's got a radio going with one of my demo tapes, and I hear that song, and it just takes
Was
me
it
back to that.
CCC looking out my back door?
We'll say that all of you guys are hopping over fences, moving through backyards, timing it, trying to make sure, because there's people whose houses, they're in their houses, so you're having to hop through and kind of do like this whole kind of hot fuzz Shaun of the Dead moment where you're just popping into yards. And Levi is the last one to leave one of the yards. And this old man, probably in his mid 60s or so, comes out. He's got no shirt on. He's got shorts on, and it looks like he's getting ready to mow the lawn. And he's like, "Hey, what are you doing back here? Well, what do you think you are? You trying to come?" I don't know why he sounds like this, because it's the Southwest, but this is what he sounds like. "Why you get your ass over here? Get your ass over here right now. I'm gonna
Witness
put a
protection.
beating
This
on
guy's a
you."
mobster.
That's what it is.
Hey, no, man, like we were just playing ball over there, and my ball, I thought it landed in your yard. It's the next yard over. I'm gonna hop the fence, and I'll be out of your hair.
You're gonna hop my fence? You're gonna scrape up? I painted that fence just last weekend. Look at it. It looks beautiful. And you're
It
gonna
looks
put
amazing.
your dirty shoes all over mine. I
I'll
don't
tell
want
you
any
what, I'll go
footprints on my freaking
I'll-
fence.
I'll go through the gate, man. It's all cool.
Yeah, it's all.
Hey.
Get out of my yard.
I'll go through the gate.
Okay. What are you gonna say to him?
I was gonna say, hey, your begonias look amazing over there.
My
Then he's gonna
begonia.
look, say there's no begonias, then I was just gonna hop the fence.
Fat Tony says hello.
I'll say this: if you want to see if you can just hop the fence, roll a what's it called? Roll a charm.
Charm?
Yeah, roll charm. To see if
Okay.
you could like mind trick him.
No. Mm-mm,
No.
no.
No, he's like, he looks you dead in the eyes. He's like, "I ain't got any begonias. Get out my yard." And he points over
Alright.
to the fence.
Oh,
And if you come back here again, I'm calling the cops.
You'll never see me again, man.
Okay. So yeah.
I'm going.
So now you're out front though. Whereas the rest of them are in back and they're away, and so you can see you're a little exposed now. So you're out in front of one of these houses that are kind of on the same sort of curve, but not one of the ones that are infected. And you see that there are people about 30, 40 feet from you, and they are wearing various like gear that seems to be associated with this Bugs Begone. And they
God.
look up and they see you. They don't do
Well-
anything, but they look right at you.
I'm gonna play it cool. I'm gonna walk on out the yard to the sidewalk. I'm gonna go the other direction.
Okay, so they just kind of watch as you go. And then once you get far enough away, they go back, and then they start kind of re-gearing up a bit.
Okay. I gotta retrace my steps.
So
then,
you're
circle
separated.
back around the houses, and
Okay.
I'll try and catch up with them later.
Yeah, so this means you're going to
have to jump in
basically
the
be out
other
of a
yard.
scene. Go the opposite way. So you're going to be out of a scene basically for a bit. All
Yeah.
right, the rest of you manage to sneak around, and you hop into the backyard of one of the tented homes. You look around. It's a nice backyard. It's mostly desert landscaping. It's got these cinder block fences and stuff that's backed up against the desert, and you can see that it's been torn up a bit as people have been moving around here and there. You can see that there's footprints all over, like where some of the stone has been thrown about. Some of the begonias have been stepped on and everything. So, but there's fortunately no one back here right now. The tent's there, or you can kind of keep going and sort of. There's 6 consecutive houses, and you're on one of them. What do you guys want to do?
Do we
We
know
know.
which one of these is Tiffany's house?
Yeah.
One of you can roll a connect to see if you know, or contact to see if you know her enough. I know that Levi would absolutely know.
I've got 8 for this.
Go ahead and roll and see if you know Tiffany well enough.
I do.
Yeah, you would know that the second house is her home.
All right, sorry. One more. Keep
Okay.
going.
So you guys hop over the fence, no problem. And you see her backyard. It's just a travesty back here. Like it looks like there's some sort of like wannabe above ground pool. There's like all sorts of these like deck chairs where they're trying to have their own little oasis in the desert type of thing. But it looks pretty tacky. There's like flamingos that have been placed in the yard, and some have been knocked over. It's pretty tacky back here, but it does have kind of a nice outdoor barbecue patio area built in that isn't covered by the tent. But other than that, everything's tented still. So what do you guys want to do?
Does it look like this yard's been, walked through and all that other stuff
Yeah.
too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look for a way into the tent.
Okay. So if your memory serves you, there's a way in via the, there's a patio door and everything. So you dig underneath the tent. You get a huge whiff of something foul, but you do in fact see a glass patio door.
Might kind of like.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I probably have like a spare t-shirt or something in my bag to wrap around my.
Okay.
Silly question. Does that smell similar to what was being sprayed at Hams?
Yes. Because you were there, 100%, yeah.
This is what they were spraying on the meat at Hams.
I don't know what that means, but
Like, there were all the messed up cow bodies we were talking about. Like, and some of them were like bulging and like it was just gross, man. And the Bugs Be Gone guys were there spraying this same stuff on the cow carcass pile.
And,
all right.
Like, after they were all messed up?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Were they wearing respirators while they were spraying this?
They were all geared up, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Does it smell particularly strong?
Llewellyn, it's way less potent here than it was yesterday.
Yeah. Like, this is like, I just recognize it because it was weird. Like, this isn't nearly as bad as it was there.
Likely it might be like it's had time here to maybe air out a bit, something like that, possibly.
Yeah, it might still be dangerous though if they were wearing like the
Yeah.
full helmets and everything.
Like, that was like ground zero. This is like somebody just kind of Dutch oven the house. It's not quite as bad.
Yeah, all right.
And Allison's just gonna throw a t-shirt on and be like, this'll be fine, right?
If you say so, I believe you.
I like how Chuck's not even there and he's like, oh yeah, it's totally fine. Go right ahead.
So, Allison, you do notice that the sliding glass door is actually unlocked.
Well,
I'm
that's
gonna
convenient for us.
slide it open and kind of hoist the tent up if anybody else wants to follow me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'll kind of take the shirt down and say, but find some cloth or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until then, I'll just kind of tuck my shirt up.
I'll just take my shirt off and wrap it around my head like classic little kid ninja style.
Nice. Okay.
I
So,
gave them basically just
so you guys go inside, and you basically go in back by what looks like some kind of like breakfast area, kitchen. It looks messy. It looks like people have been in and out. You see footprints all over their tile floor. You can see that there's some cases where like the chairs and stuff have been knocked over. It's possible that Tiffany's family is just slobs, or when whoever was kind of trouncing through here, they definitely didn't take care of stuff.
Allison is immediately going to look on the ground for dead bugs of some sort, because that's the cover story,
Okay.
is that these houses needed to be tented.
Roll investigate.
And if you want to look for bugs, I'll look for the status of Ham's meat products.
Okay, roll investigate.
I'm gonna open the fridge.
Okay. You open the fridge and it's just filled with just so many different flavors of wine coolers, just all sorts of different colors. Bartles and James, just all along the bottom portion of it.
Oh, blueberry blast.
I might look for like if there's any of the Bugs Be Gone equipment here, like see if maybe like one of those containers they'd kind of left beside at the Hams plant. See if
Okay.
there's anything like that.
Yeah, roll investigate.
Yeah. Help me.
Allison failed.
Okay. Steven, you do notice that the cabinets are filled with all sorts of canned meat products from Ham's Meat.
They all look normal still, or
None of them are bursting out and talking to you, so they look okay. Hey, Party Wipe, how's it going, man?
maybe I'll grab a couple cans, tuck them into my pocket or something, just
Okay.
in case we want to look at them later or something.
Sure, you do that. No problem. And then, Llewellyn, you do in fact find something. You find what looks like it kind of like you find tucked into the corner of one of the rooms, like it looks like a bunch of furniture was pushed and moved out of the way in some places, and some of the cushions fell down. And you see, like, tucked underneath it, there is a bag. Looks almost like a vacuum bag. You know what I mean?
Whoa, check this out. Baggy, but like not Eddie's baggy, like dirty baggy.
When you hold it up, it goes clink, 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 almost like there's like coins inside.
Or mechanical bugs, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Steven, you want this?
Sure, why not?
Cool. To be fair, you lost your bug. Like, you deserve these if it is bugs. Is it bugs? Do you want to open it and look?
I mean, maybe later when we can like have them in like a different container or something.
Okay.
It'll be a surprise for us later.
What's in the bag? What's in the bag?
Okay, so
Good boy, we'll find out tonight.
Wait till Levi's with us and we can all see it together.
out on the street,
Okay.
speaking of Levi, you notice that they're coming and going. It's like they're going into certain, to the homes. You see them, they're in there for like maybe 10 minutes, and then they come out and they're pushing one of those big contraptions that you saw them with yesterday inside Ham's Meats.
The ones they're spraying the chemicals with?
This was more something like they were like putting something inside. You never really got a good look at what was going on there, but like they were like putting something into them, and it almost looks like a giant oven that they're wheeling around, and then there was like a zzz, zzz, and then something happened. So like they were shoveling something into it. But you see them pull it out and go ahead, because you're out here, go ahead and roll an investigate. See if you can see anything more than the obvious.
I see one.
Okay. You see them as they open up and they start like dumping out stuff, what looks like these tiny little particulates of things. Like they look like tiny little pieces of metal, like about yay big.
Where are they dumping them out onto? Just
They're dumping them like into their, like they have like these crates in the back of their truck, and they're just sort of, there's like a removable tray, and they just dump them out into a crate, and they do that for a few minutes, and then they head into like the next building. And they also, what looks like they were tossing something. They had like trash in the back of their truck too. It looks like they were tossing what looks like some kind of paper or like vacuum bag stuff into the trash.
Okay. As soon as I see them like heading back into the house, I'm gonna try and creep on up, take a look in the back of the van.
Sneak test.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we know how all this goes.
Great this time.
All right.
Different
Positive
one now.
thinking.
You have so many dice too.
Wow.
You wanna
You're
push
just
it?
not
Yeah.
sneaky.
I'm just not sneaky. No, I'm not gonna push that.
Okay. You get up close to it, and as you do, the door opens back up, as they're like they had peeled back part of the tarp to go through the front door, and you heard it close. And then as you're getting within maybe 10 feet, you hear it open, but you are able to like run away just at the right amount of time, as it looks like they're coming back as if they're checking something. A dude gets out, leans against the car, and he just kind of pulls out a smoke, and it looks like he's just gonna smoke for a bit around there.
Jerk.
Yep. Okay, back in the house. So you found this bag. You found some meat cans. You found some wine coolers.
We're looking for a CD still, right?
Yeah. Nicholas, are you inside?
Yeah.
Nicholas, you hear something coming from upstairs. While everyone else is over by the kitchen and kind of by the living room, you're sort of wandering around by a dining area. There's like a staircase nearby, and you hear something moving upstairs.
Okay. When you say moving, does it sound like footsteps?
It does.
Okay. Sound like heavy footsteps, like someone in boots?
No, it doesn't.
Or...
Lighter footsteps,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. This is Tiffany's house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there shouldn't be anyone here.
Should not.
Do I know if they have like a Well, there shouldn't be like an animal or anything here either. I would let everyone around me know. I hear something upstairs. Should I go check it out?
Probably not by yourself, but
Let's see what's up there.
Maybe.
Come on,
avoid
let's
them?
go. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
we can like old school, arm ourselves up with pots and pans and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
I reversed the now empty wine cooler.
Okay, sure.
Left it.
All right. So you start going upstairs. There's a couple different doors in the bedrooms, it looks like, up here. When you get up here, you notice that one of the doors is ajar. And it's from that ajar room where you hear movement. And as you are kind of tiptoeing along a little bit, you see a figure begin to emerge in the crease of the doorway. And this golden retriever just suddenly steps through the doorway, and as it looks up, you see what looks like this massive goiter sticking out from its head, and like something out of a John Carpenter flick, like its mouth, which started here in the snout, extends outward into the goiter, and you hear it try to bark, and when it does, it comes out as like this mucus-filled cough. And it looks at you all, and it just starts to lumber and charge. What do you guys want to do?
Oh no, poor little dude.
Pots and
wait.
pans.
Pots and pans. What do you want to do? Tell me what you want to do. Who's doing what? Someone call it something.
Is it like in a room still?
It's
is it
just come
in the
out of the
hallway?
doorway, and it's now not like too quickly, but it's coming right at you. It's like the size of a golden retriever, and it's got like this massive mouth that extends off to the side.
Is
Maybe
there
we
like
kind of-
sorry.
Go ahead.
I don't really want to hurt the dog, but like, is there like maybe a piece of furniture, like a nightstand or something nearby that could kind of be placed in front, almost like lion tamer style? But as cheesy as it sounds, like something to just kind of hold it back, but not necessarily hurt the animal.
Like a little table in the hallway.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. We can say that there's some kind of hallway table that you can grab. Okay. All right.
I'm just trying to be holding it back because I don't want to hurt the thing. I feel bad.
That's good. All right, go ahead, and so as you hold up this piece of furniture out and you're trying to keep it away from you, just go ahead and roll either move or force, we'll say. Like move to see if you can get to it faster than it's going to move towards your group, or force to just sort of kind of keep it pushed away from your group.
It's equal. I think I'll go move just to make sure that if something does happen, I've made sure I've put myself first in line.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay. With 2 successes, we can say that not only do you get up in front and grab the piece of furniture and stick it out there, but you kind of like trip it a little bit so it stumbles down onto the ground, which slows it down. And as it's trying to get back up, it looks like it's struggling to. It's like one whole side of its body, you can see when you look at it, is just filled with like these wounds of some kind. It's in like terrible pain. And it's continuing to try to like get up, but it's trying to bark, but every time it does, it sounds like an old, emphysema suffering person just trying to like cough through some. So it just sounds wheezing and terrible. What do you guys want to do with this thing?
No, little buddy, it's okay. Just calm down. It's okay. It's okay, little guy. Come on, it's okay.
Do I know
Go
if
back to the
we
kitchen
had a dog?
I would say, Allison, you rolled before, so yeah, you would know she has a dog.
Oh.
Is that Tiffany's room it came out of?
Yeah, we'll say so.
I want to go to the kitchen and see if I can't find his water bowl and some food, because he's been left here. He's been left here for days.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You go downstairs. There is in fact like food and water bowl. It's out, but it's stale, so you can get some fresh stuff.
Yep.
And it's still constantly trying to get up and move past you. It's hard to tell. It looks monstrous, but you can't tell if it's like just looks that way, or you can tell it's in pain and discomfort.
I mean, we've heard of people. We heard mention of somebody at the hospital with like a weird distorted head thing. So like,
Yeah. Well, Nicholas and Steven saw it.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks kind of like this. Except not a
If you
dog.
think you could like move it back in the hallway a little bit, I might try and get in here and find that CD real quick.
Okay.
None of us want to do anything about the dog. We're
I
just
know.
going to sit here for hours, like
Okay.
at the table between us and the dog.
No,
Okay,
like
no,
I'm gonna get the
Yeah.
food and the water, and maybe
yeah.
try to lead it into the bathroom so we can close the door on it.
Here you go, buddy. Here's
I like
some
that.
water,
That sounds good.
some
Yeah.
That's a
food.
good plan.
Oh, there you go.
We'll say. Okay. We'll say roll like charm or lead, and then take like a +2 because you got like food and stuff.
Okay.
To see if you can get it to trust you. Yeah. And it does. It does. You show the food and everything. You open the door to the bathroom. It just smells like herbal essence shampoo inside. You bring it in. You set the stuff, and the thing lumbers in and flops down and starts drinking. And it's an awkward, sloppy drink. And the tail
Does
is
it have a
just
color on by
flopping.
any chance? Now
It
that I'm that close to
does.
it,
It does.
can I see what it says?
The name of the dog is Misty, and then it has the address.
Okay, and it is this address.
It is this address.
Okay. Seems odd that they would just leave their dog here. I say to everybody.
And have we seen? When we saw Tiffany, she didn't mention anything.
You know, she mentioned how they rushed her, like they just wouldn't let the family go in. Like they wouldn't go back in. They showed up and they like barred anyone from going anywhere inside.
Okay.
She also mentioned that apparently like someone else's, like there was a rumor that somebody else's pet, their head
I
exploded.
remember
or
something about a cat.
Mhm.
Where they said like a cat died.
Mm-hmm.
While I'm
This sucks.
Do we want
Is
to take
there-
it with us?
No.
Uh,
I don't think that thing's gonna live much longer.
I don't
He's
think
got
that thing's good
food.
to
He's got
move.
water. He's got a quiet place. Let's just leave him in there.
Okay. Close the
Yeah.
door. And you can hear the licking as he's slurping up water.
Yeah. Pull down if there's any like bath towels in the closet there, and just lay it on the floor so he's got a place to lay down. And
Yeah. No problem.
Allison wants to look for some treats in the kitchen.
Yeah, I mean, we'll say Edward already got all that stuff. He's got
Okay.
treats and food
Okay.
and water.
Well, okay.
Okay. Steven, you go into her bedroom.
I want to do more than just look for that CD though.
Oh, really? Okay. What do you want to do?
Well, I mean, the dog was in there, so maybe there's something else in there that would be like a sign as to what got it sick or something. Maybe.
Roll investigate. Okay. It's very dark in here, obviously because of the tarp and stuff. But we'll say someone probably has a flashlight as you look around. You don't really see anything to suggest what might have hurt this dog in here. You do find the CD. You also find a sort of in her closet, like behind her clothes, a fairly disturbing assortment of pictures of Levi and Levi's band, and stuff like that. But that's about it.
Her hair on a shrine.
Yeah, you notice like there's like a couple guitar picks, like, and you don't know how she got those. They might be Levi's.
Oh. Well, too bad he doesn't get to see this.
Maybe
Mhm.
it's for the better.
Yeah.
You are all presuming Levi would have a problem with
I don't
this.
think you would. I think Levi's totally cool.
Allison is going to remember that Edward grabbed a Polaroid on the way over.
Okay.
I just say, like, you got to take a picture of this for him. He's
Fair
gonna say
enough.
it.
yeah,
You do and you do.
I was curious because I remember that one bug was like.
I'll take a
burrowing
picture
right
of the
through-
dog as well.
Okay. Okay.
was like burrowing right through the outside of my house, so there's no like odd like holes in any of the walls or anything like that.
No, no, nothing on the inside that you can see specifically. Yours was trying to get in through the glass, but just couldn't get in. I'll say, Edward, when you take a picture of the dog, since the dog is there and you've calmed them with food and whatnot, you can see that it's like their whole body is just littered with bug bites on the one side. So you can tell, like, it's just, there's these huge welts, these kind of swollen nodules here and there.
Huh. I looked at the medicine cabinet, see if there's anything for, I don't know what was sold at that time for bug bites. Calamine lotion, that was big.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see 50-50 if it's under. Yeah, there's some calamine lotion.
Yeah, I just feel sympathetic to this dog, so I'm gonna try and soothe some of that onto its bites.
Okay. Yeah, you absolutely do. The dog is a little hesitant when you actually make physical contact with it, but it calms down. It's hard to tell exactly whether that helped too much. It does still seem to be making like weird noises, but it certainly hasn't hurt it in any way. And it just kind
That's
of
all I could think of.
Yeah, it just lies down, and that's about it at that point.
Any other interesting drugs in that cabinet?
With a 12, it's 1992. Was oxycodone a thing yet? We would have in Vicodin. I don't remember my drug histories. We'll say there's a bottle.
Something.
There's a bottle of Vicodin
So I think that's been around for a while.
with, we'll say, 12 pills.
Oh, what was that tranquilizer that they all the housewives were doing? The Stones did a
Ketamine?
song about it, Mother's Little Helper.
I don't know.
Oh man, I can't. It was probably the 70s though, but yeah.
Okay. So is there anything else you want to do in this house?
Can't think of a whole lot else to do. I'm not a great investigator, though.
Did they leave? Usually when like a real pesticide company does a building, they'll leave a thing on the door, saying, don't re-enter within X hours or whatever. Is there anything like that around?
No, you go check the front door. You look for, like, you don't actually see any branding on anything but the truck.
Okay.
Might be about time to just see ourselves out with what we've got.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so we'll say it's as you
Grab
guys.
another wine cooler.
Yeah, grab a couple wine coolers for the road. Get a roadie wine cooler. So as you guys extract yourselves from the building, we'll say it's at this point Levi finally is able to sneak around the sides, and you guys run into each other in the back. You have the bag. So you have some wine coolers. You have the bag that you found. Levi, last you saw, the guy was still out there smoking.
Yeah, we can't go back that way, guys.
Get the Polaroid out. Hey, you got a fan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Hey, that's in my room. Oh. You could at least said hi.
You see like a poster of a band you really like that went missing from your wall at some point in your room, and you don't know what the hell. You thought your mom threw it away, but here it is, except instead of like the lead singer's head, it's just your face from like a blown up yearbook photo.
Are those fingernail clippings?
I don't want to go too far into this. Let's.
Nah, man, that one's really thick. That's toenails.
All right. So you also have the bag. So what do you want to do?
Do you want to just hang out in the backyard while we're waiting for that guy to leave and open it?
I mean, I don't want to open it outside in case it's like.
Now,
How close is that van?
It's like, that's like, you guys are in the backyard, so you have a whole house between you.
I did see him coming in and out of a couple different houses bringing some stuff out. I don't know if they're going to come back to this house though. Like, we might be better off finding somewhere else to hang out.
They're gonna find the dog upstairs in the bathroom.
Why'd you leave the dog in there?
Show him the other Polaroid.
Fuck. Okay, good call there.
Now, no one's ever accused me of being smart, but we could always try to jump them.
I don't think that's a great idea.
If that van is close enough, we need a Polaroid of the license plate.
Okay. Yeah. You take
Nice.
a photo of it.
Because it's just two of them, right?
What do you mean, just two of them?
Two people working.
No, there's like 3, but they've been going in and out. Yeah.
Yeah, that might be hard to do then.
I thought about stealing it, but they caught me. Oh, they didn't catch me. They almost got me.
So did they see you?
No, they didn't. Well, they saw me when I was leaving the house, but when I was up there trying to check the van out, they didn't see me.
I would say, by the way, they saw you like full face, easy to see.
Yeah.
Like they could probably give a description of you type of see.
Yeah, they saw me.
Well, no witnesses. I say with a straight face.
Oh,
Well, we knew it would come to this eventually.
no.
We did? What?
Never knew social engineering could go so wrong.
It's the only direction it can go, man.
It's social disappearing.
Oh, man.
Sounds
Okay.
like a good plan.
So, what do you guys want to do then?
Let's get out of here.
All right.
Yeah.
I won't make you reroll the stealth so you can kind of sneak back out. You try to avoid that one dude's house so he doesn't come out again and threaten Levi. And you make it back to the Rogers home with your Sophie B. Hawkins CD, with your vacuum bag or whatever it is, and with some extra wine coolers.
Nice.
The meat.
So, what in the meat? So, are you going to open the bag?
I kind of want to like do a little bit of this and see if like whatever's in it moves around after I shake it up a little
The
bit.
bag
house-
hasn't moved at all since Llewellyn
Yeah,
picked
those
it up off the
magnets.
ground. It hasn't moved whatsoever. Like there's been no movement other than what you've done.
I remember we had some good luck with magnets at one point in time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
See if we can find some like. Do they got like a nice like sound system here?
let's find out. No, they don't.
Damn. All
Pretty
right.
terrible.
Never mind.
It's like a Kmart brand boombox sitting on like some sort of wicker bookcase.
Hey,
Well,
even
it's still
better
got
than
speakers, so it's still got magnets.
Yeah. I mean,
There's magnets on the refrigerator, so plenty of those.
that's okay. That's one way to do it.
But you hold up magnets to it, and yeah, it doesn't. I mean, like there's something metal inside, but there's nothing particularly wonderful happening.
Maybe we can find some sort of like a glass container or something.
Yeah,
Hold it in
look for just one of those canning jars. I'm sure
Like a mason
one of
jar.
those ball jars,
something.
mason jar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. I'm sure they have that.
We can pour it in there and then slap the lid on top.
All right.
Cool.
So you set up some time. One of you pours the bag in. One of you puts the cover on top. You go, and it just clink, 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 and you quickly cover something up. Cover it up with the top of the jar. And when you look down, there's somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 24 of those same bugs as you guys found
Oh God.
the first night, except they all seem inert. Like,
Well,
they're
in
not
theory, that's good.
moving. There's no light coming from them. Because you remember, there's that little tiny orange light, almost like a firefly thing. They are completely inert.
Maybe
Wonder
that oven looking thing is like they're basically like microwaving these things or whatever.
Could be, or they ran out of batteries.
And it seems like maybe they're destroying them, but
Yeah.
don't. Whatever.
So we got sentient ham. We've got microchip bugs.
Mm-hmm.
Uh huh.
All of which
Shit's
has
weird.
something to do with electricity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
You
don't
want
forget
to
about
shock
the,
these things?
satellite things going on there too.
How would we shock them?
Oh, here.
Punch.
Let's I go to like a light, like a floor lamp, cut off the electrical cord, unbraid it a little bit, make a loop, put it around the mason jar, plug it in, just make an electric field.
Yeah.
See what happens.
You do that. Nothing.
Okay.
They seem to be just completely dead.
We should take it with us out into the desert later and see if anything happens during the storm.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Sure, yeah.
That's what happened last time.
I mean, we got like a town level extinction event coming in 2 weeks. I wonder if it's killer ham or mechanical insects. Take your pick, man.
Which one of them's gonna wipe us out first?
High
Honestly, I
cholesterol.
think I'd rather take the meat. The bugs seem a lot more vicious.
And I don't want to go the way that was the dog's name, Misty.
Misty.
Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah,
go
bug bites.
that way.
Oh.
Yeah, that was bad.
I think if we do go out in the desert, we should probably wear some like extra layers,
Oh, I think we
Like
need
a
to
hoodie?
find some.
like so we don't get bit.
Find out when EpiPens came into existence. We need to track
Pants,
down some
long sleeve
EpiPens.
shirts, something on your head, gloves.
You know, I saw a thing where like if like you're like fighting something that wants to bite you, you can just like wrap towels around you, like tape them in place. Let's just raid the linen closet. Just like we'll go out like the Michelin Man. No bugs will get through that.
Yeah, or like get some duct tape and a bunch of magazines.
Oh shit! There you go.
Okay. This can be done. Do you want to armor up here, or do you want to take that stuff with you?
No, let's take it with us.
Yeah.
We have a van. We can armor up in the van.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So is your next stop then going out to the salt flats?
Do it.
That's
Yeah.
somewhere
let's
that,
do
I
it.
didn't know if you wanted to do anything else in between, but okay. All right.
somewhere that isn't our normal hangout.
Did
at
we
the
want to
salt
go
flats.
to the bug place?
The
Is it
out of
online?
town bug place. Yeah, it's way out of town.
It's to the east.
it
It's
way out of town?
about 30 to 40 minutes east, and then the salt flats are about 20
Okay.
minutes west.
Okay. Yeah, let's do salt flats first then.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Some
So
more jars from the house.
we'll assume then you guys make ample preparations with several towels to wrap around people's arms, all sorts of duct tape, and tons of National Geographic. Like there's just National Geographic for date in Reader's Digest, clearly. And all of you are all of you partaking in this medieval armor setup?
Totally.
Okay, what are you doing for a head
Yeah.
for your faces?
I
How
was
do you-
gonna say towel around like.
I already
head
have
and
my
neck.
ninja mask.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you put your ninja
Your
mask
shirt.
on.
One of those fine mesh strainers that you use in the kitchen. Just put it over my face.
God.
Duct tape.
Oh, okay.
No,
You can
no,
do
so
it.
You gotta get it. You get a hoodie and then you put it under, and then you tape around the hoodie.
Oh.
So you said you don't want to go to your normal hangout. You want to go to somewhere else on the salt flats.
Wasn't that in the report about us that like they know exactly where we go to hang out?
Mhm.
Yeah. Somewhere else.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So you just find some other spot. It's very much a flat area. There's occasional blips of stone here and there, and so you
Maybe the spot where everybody races.
okay. We can do that.
Yeah.
Sure. That's a little further north, closer to the end of the highway. It's also towards in the direction of where that road closure was that they were talking about in the news. So you probably hang around, get some food in you. A couple hours later, it's afternoon. The sun is still out, but it's getting a little bit dark because the clouds are incredibly full. You pull up in an area that basically has a series of what look like old like flag posts here and there from previous races and things that are just kind of tossed around. Doesn't look like anything's happened. Usually they happen during the weekend, so it's possible maybe they might do something, but doesn't look like there's anyone here now. But you wait around for a bit. Did you take both cars?
Yeah.
Okay. So you took
Take
both
the
cars.
van so that we can armor up in the van.
Okay.
And
So
Yeah.
you armor up in a van. Everyone's partaking. And around 5:30, the winds kick up, and within about 10 minutes, the entire this massive wall of dark dirt starts moving towards you from the north and a little bit from the west. Everyone go ahead and roll a quick investigation test, since you're all here and you're looking for it.
Oh, I don't believe I failed that.
Gosh.
Wow, this isn't looking good, guys. Oh my
damn.
gosh.
God.
Llewellyn.
Is this a situation where more successes would help?
Yes.
Or, okay, I'll go ahead and push mine.
Okay.
Did anyone pass?
Yeah,
Llewellyn?
Llewellyn's got one. You'll get some basic info, but
I'm gonna push. I'm gonna
Okay.
push mine.
I got
Ooh,
2.
2.
okay.
All right.
Ugh, I still
Okay.
failed.
Oh no.
Oh,
Edward falls over and dies right in front of you.
Yeah, I have a seizure.
He grows a goiter on the side of his face.
God.
Looks
some
like a
dog food
dog.
and some water for
The
him.
towels didn't help.
No, they didn't.
Actually, it looks
it
like
was in
Levi.
him the whole time.
Oh no.
Llewellyn and Stephen, you notice this. The storm, it comes in from different areas. So Llewellyn, you're kind of looking off to the north, or no, and you can see it there's this big dark kind of sandy cloud starting to move in, like something out of The Mummy. Stephen, you notice the same thing off to the west, and then you just kind of do a little pirouette and spin around, and you notice the same thing off to the south. So you see a big old storm front moving in from the north. Wonderful thing. This doesn't. You guys. This doesn't really make sense. I mean, it's possible storms can converge. It happens, but this is really kind of peculiar. And because you guys got multiple successes, at this point you start looking way off, and you can kind of see sort of the same thing happening far away. It's a little harder to see to the east, obviously, because it's over top of the town and everything. But you can kind of see dark clouds over there. It almost looks like the storms are just kicking up in all directions around Endurance and moving inward.
Would any of these correlate to where those antennas are? Or
You know a couple of them, and you actually know. I think it was Levi and Stephen, I think, who saw this.
Yeah.
You saw that there was one to the northeast and also one to the west. You saw lights in the sky that you presumed were radio antennas and stuff. One of them would be to the north, fairly close to where you guys are.
Maybe them antennas are generating or something.
maybe? I mean, I don't know. Would we want to try and head towards one, and
Not with the storm coming in.
maybe when it's done, or I don't know.
Yeah, maybe either when it's done or the next time one of these things roll around, we'll try and get to one of them antenna.
Snapping Polaroids of
Sure.
them.
Of course. And so you talk for a few minutes and you watch, and it's within 5 minutes that that wall of dirt and dust from the north and from the west just encompasses you. And your cars are shaking, they're getting whacked on the glass. You can hear the sounds of little tiny pebbles that are getting thrown about in the wind. I'll say, Stephen, since you got 2 successes, as it hits, you notice something off to the west. You see this you're peering out the car. You're looking carefully, and it's hard to see because it's a dust storm and it's just your vision is terrible. But you do see this kind of vertical black contour off to the west that's moving. And you remember seeing something like this the first dust storm a few days ago when you guys were in the Salt Flats when the storm hit. And it's just this tall, a couple stories tall. And it's just kind of moving about somewhere out in the distance to the west on the Salt Flats.
if we were looking for trouble, probably be right there.
Should we go check it out?
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
I also want
Okay.
to see if anything is happening inside the jar.
Okay, you look inside the jar. Nothing is happening inside the jar.
Okay.
Okay.
The jar is coming with.
Okay. Otherwise, you're going to take it down. You're going to set it outside. All right. So are you driving or are you walking?
Driving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just take it slow, probably.
All right. Who is driving?
Slow. Gonna crank up riding to storm out.
Who's doing the driving in this
break the
car?
windshield.
Llewellyn,
We
I'm
all-
assuming you're driving.
I'm
your
driving
car.
mine, yeah.
Okay.
Who's driving
Yeah,
the
I can
caravan?
drive the other one.
Okay.
Okay.
Both of you go ahead and roll move tests. We'll say.
Cool.
If you
Okay.
prefer tinker, you can, since you're technically operating a machine.
And so if something's your signature item, whatever, gives you +2.
Mm-hmm. It's fine.
Okay.
Because it's your car. Hey, look at that. We're using your car.
Probably gonna push.
Okay.
11 dice for 1 success.
Oh wow. Okay.
12 dice for now.
Llewellyn, who's with Llewellyn in his car?
Pretty much always have Allison, I
Yeah.
assume.
Okay.
Always there.
Twins.
I'll ride in the van.
Okay. Levi, Nicholas in the van. Edward, Steven, where are you guys at?
I'm in the van.
Okay.
I'll be in the car then. That
All
way
right.
we can split evenly.
Bottom row, top row. Perfect.
Cool.
Okay. Bottom row. Yeah, you're driving. You guys are out in front. Do you have your headlights on?
Question.
It's dark. It's hard to see. It's up to you. I'm just curious. For no particular reason.
We don't know what that thing is.
Yes.
No.
Okay. So you've got the lights off. You're slow rolling through the salt flats. You're moving side to side. You don't notice that at a certain point behind you, Nicholas, Levi, and Edward in the caravan stop being able to follow you. You just lose sight of the car in front, and you guys get separated. Nicholas, Levi, and Edward, as you're driving along, like you're trying to see, it's so thick, this dust storm, that you just can't. You lose sight. You occasionally think you see like the red brake lights every now and then, but you can't see it. And plus, Llewellyn doesn't have his damn headlights on, so unless he's braking, you can't see him, and you lose him. And you're driving as best you can, Nicholas. And at a certain point, you as you're driving, you hear boom, as you drive into some kind of ditch, and you can hear all sorts of wonderful things rattling around in your caravan. You try to hit the gas pedal to move, and you don't. You just hear as it looks as though your caravan
Awesome.
is stuck. What do you do?
Okay.
Top right.
Honk your horn. If we can't see them, they can't see us. Let them know where we are.
I'm gonna put on the hazard lights
Okay.
and then get out and see how stuck I am.
Okay. You get out and you immediately start getting pelted with all sorts of different dust, debris, and pebbles and such. Roll a force test as you move around to inspect, as you're just getting blown about into pieces. This is an incredibly strong storm. Okay. So go ahead and just take a condition as you are kind of thrown about. You get some stuff in your eyes, but you do notice that the front of the vehicle is dipped down into what looks like some sort of depression. The back side of the van is okay. You could potentially try to push it out or tow it out or something, but yeah.
How many of us?
Okay.
The top row of the overlay, so Edward, Levi, and Nicholas are in the caravan, and Allison, Llewellyn, and Steven are in the other car.
Well, if we all go hang on to the back bumper of this thing, put all of our weight on that might make the difference.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'll help out with that.
Okay. That sounds good. So is somebody staying inside to kick it into
someone's
reverse?
got to kick it into gear.
Okay.
Edward, that's you, man.
All right.
Yeah, I'm the lightest.
All right. Levi, roll a force test for me then as you're outside to see if you can withstand the shellacking you're getting from the dust and sand and dirt.
I can't. I haven't. It's so dirty. It's so dirty. No, I take that shellacking.
Okay, so take a condition. But yeah, you're able to. It works exactly as you say it does. It's just you and Nicholas are just unfortunately covered in dirt and grime, and your eyes are just burning. And you make it back into the car. You back it up, but you kind of lose track of where everyone is. Up in the other car, but you're back on track. You're back to moving. Up ahead, you all are getting closer and closer to whatever this thing is, and you continue to see it. Like, it blinks out every now and then, but then when a small little settling of the air happens, you can once again see this massive vertical. And the closer you get to realize it's pretty big. It's got to be 3 stories tall, right? And it's moving. And how close do you want to get?
I want to get. That's why I didn't put the headlights on. Is I want to get close.
You
Okay.
gotta sneak up on it.
You want to get close?
Surprise.
Yes, I want to stealth with my car.
Go ahead,
You
do
sadly put the dumbest person in charge of this.
it. This is perfect.
No, I wouldn't have put the lights on either.
I
Totally.
like
We're
when dumb
sneaking.
people have to make smart decisions and when weak people have to do physical things. It's so much fun. So go ahead, roll your sneak test, and you can take your bonus from your car if you want.
That's amazing. Okay.
Look at that. Look at that.
Wow. Okay.
I'm doing some drifting.
It's the sneakiest car that's ever existed.
As you guys get within about 20 feet, you start to hear a sound. You hear. And as the wind dies down ever so briefly, you watch as a massive metallic leg goes. Then another one. You watch as this big metallic arm sweeps down and like kind of drapes against the ground, and you hear. And you watch as a huge chunk of the earth just gets sucked up into the arm, and then you hear. And then this other arm fires out, and like a wood chipper, all sorts of stuff just starts filling the air, like dirt, debris, rocks, pebbles. And it just continues to move and move, and with 2 successes, doesn't seem to notice that you're there.
Man, I've never wanted a tow hook so bad so we could Star Wars this thing. Well, I don't have one. So let's make like a tree. Get the fuck out.
Okay.
Oh no, we don't have the camera with us.
Okay.
They'll never believe us.
They're never gonna believe you.
We
You guys have been
don't-
drinking too many wine coolers all day.
We don't have the bugs either. I think they're in the van.
I'll let you guys think about it, and I'll go back over to the other 3.
Oh, I had the bugs, so
Okay. So the 3 of you in the caravan, you try to get back on track. You try to look for any signs of the car.
Real quick, Jeff.
Yeah.
When I'm behind the wheel and we get the thing going,
Yeah.
I turn on the radio.
Okay. Yeah, you turn on the radio, and you're not getting proper signals. You're getting static. You're getting weird blips. It's like your radio is just not functioning properly. You hear the tiniest bit of like AM radio kick in, and then you hear what sounds like a rock song kicks in, and then static. And so something your radio is going completely haywire.
Yeah, something talked to us through this last time, so that's what I'm kind of waiting for. And I've got my recorder out, my cassette recorder.
Okay. So you're driving, and you're looking for any sign of this the kind of the black beat, the thing that you saw. And it's hard to find it at this point. You can't see the vehicle, but you notice like a bright spot up ahead as you're traveling, and it almost looks like the end of the storm.
It's either the end or it's the eye.
Either way, let's go, man.
So you move up and you're driving, and almost like you're coming out of an automatic car wash, the car goes forward and you watch as like the hood of the caravan suddenly stops getting pelted by dirt and sand, and you continue to move forward, and then your windshield, despite having all sorts of residue, is suddenly clear, and you see in front of you rock and terrain of a normal desert as far as the eye can see. It's a stark like line. You look off to the north, Levi, where you know there to be, like, you presume there was some sort of tower up there, like with the light flickering. You look up where you should be somewhere near it, and you see no signs of it flickering. There's nothing up there.
Okay.
While you guys are here, you watch as about 20 to 30 feet in front of you, you see something coming up out of the ground. You see this gas just start to, like, almost like something's venting. And then you watch as the gas starts to sort of spark. You see like these little fast moving, like, little electrical sparks. As you're watching out towards that, like, desert landscape, you start seeing it almost take on like a mirage look, where it starts to sort of get all hazy, like, and sort of melt into like this silvery lack of color contours, and then it disappears, and all you see is just blackness in front of you. You hear, and then suddenly it appears once more.
Let's go check it out.
3 of you roll an investigation.
Nope.
Nicholas, your investigation if you want.
We're in the Truman Show.
Uh-huh.
Joe?
Yeah. There we go. He keeps minimizing
Okay.
the sheet.
Edward and Nicholas, you both notice that about 100 feet ahead, there is a rock formation in front of you that's about 15 feet tall that 15 seconds ago wasn't there. You look off a little bit to the south, and you can see that there is some kind of, like, dirt path that seems to lead up into the mountains that just abruptly stops. And it's right at that part where you saw, like, that gas line come up, like the little gas come up. You look off to the north, like to the northwest a bit, and Nicholas, you can see that there is a ridge line there, okay, that has what looks like some kind of old crappy looking cabin that was not there a moment ago.
Oh.
Oh. Having not seen Cabin in the Wood yet.
It's not out for another 20 years.
That was not just there.
Let's go take a look, man. It wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah. Does the cabin have any lights on or anything in it, or is it just totally dark still?
No, it does. It's very small too. It looks more like a shack. You know, it's like, you know, just some, it's sort of out here. Carrion Comfort Studios, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. We're playing Things from the Flood tonight, and something very strange just happened. So the 3 of you drive forward, bumping along the way a little bit as it's getting a little rockier, as the flatness of the salt flats is beginning to give way to more standard desert terrain, and you move up towards the towards this small shack. You open it up, it stinks to high heaven, and it looks like there's just some sort of animal carcass inside. Yeah, just some sort of wild game in here, like maybe just came and died.
Is there, I'll go in.
Yeah, go inside.
Anything else, or is it just like empty with a carcass?
Yeah, just, it looks like this, no one's used this or lived in this place in a while. And it looks like there's just some, I don't know, something might have been hunting here, like you might be in the den of like a coyote or something. I'll say with the investigation tests, extra investigation tests, Edward and Nicholas, you would notice near to the shack there looks to be sort of ruins, like little foundations, like the evidence that there might have been like a home here that just kind of got it was felled in some sort of storm or whatever. But you see what looks like a dug foundation, some concrete that's been grown over, some debris. But you haven't, again, none of this was here a few minutes ago as you first emerged from the storm.
Okay. Does it have like skid marks? Because I mean, we saw like the cabin fall into a place on the other part of the town.
Tumbling down? Mm-mm.
Yeah, do we see like it slid here or
No, this looks like this has always been here.
Look in the rearview mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a trail behind us from us moving forward?
Yes. Yeah, you can see your and you can see the storm is still there. It's just very localized.
All right. How's the radio reception? Picking up anything?
Yeah, the radio reception, as you start moving around, it kicks in. It's still kind of staticky and difficult. You're not sure if that's necessarily your remoteness of where you're at, but yeah, you do get some vague AM channels and such kicking in.
Okay. Are they ones I recognize from this area?
Yeah.
They are. Okay.
Yeah. All right. We'll shift back over to the three. So you guys are nearby. You're watching this big thing move. What do you all want to do?
Is there any can we make out any rhyme or reason to like what it looks like it's sucking up versus what it's spitting out, or like maybe are there particular areas that it's scooping from?
Okay. You can roll comprehend if you want. You can roll you can roll calculate maybe too, since it's a piece of machinery.
Yeah.
It's just the wrong crew for this.
Yeah.
I'll try to comprehend.
Wait, is there
Just
not
good
like
for a pattern?
it's not a keg stand or like a football field? I don't know what to do.
I could do comprehend,
That's fine.
I suppose.
Yeah, man, that's just weird.
All right.
It's a lot. That was so much better than my calculate.
All of you have no idea
Yeah.
what the hell this thing is doing. There is a giant robot machine moving through the desert, through the salt flats, sucking up chunks of earth and spitting them back out.
Whoa.
Not knowing any better that it's already been done, I was gonna put on my my radio set and listen to.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just skim through it, but if it's the same information, we can hand wave it. But
No. When you actually start moving through the radio, at a certain point, you pick up something.
oh, good.
You pick up what sounds like
record.
you pick up what sounds like conversation
Oh, good.
between a couple people. You're like, we're on the western coordinate up by the salt flats here. Over. Are we ready for shift yet? T-minus about 30 seconds there, Bob. Just make sure. Okay. This thing's moving a little sluggish today. We got to make sure we can we get maintenance out here tomorrow. Kind of take a look at why this thing is every time I try to turn left on this thing, it just seems to almost looks like it's gonna fall over. Yeah, no problem, Jim Bob. We can go ahead and take care of that. And that just goes on for a little while.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and just record on it for as long as we're there to pick it up.
Yeah, it's not the clearest reception, but yeah, it just sounds like there's two people, like they're communicating, they're talking about like there's
Just
something
day-to-day,
needs maintenance. Yeah, it just seems like two people who are casually talking about whatever the hell job they're doing. It's not really making any sense to you. They're talking about coordinates and they're talking about
Are those
shift
coordinates
ready.
compared to where we are?
I don't think any of us would know without a
I
map.
mean, let's
Well,
just
'cause he
assume
said
yes.
salt flats and west, so
They did mention salt flats, but then they start just mentioning like quadrants and
Yeah.
coordinates and such.
Yeah, I'm hoping that if I let it roll for long enough, one of them will say what they're doing. But
can
I'm
I?
so
can-
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. No,
you
you're
first.
excited.
You first. I have a really, really stupid idea. because they said they're worried if it tries to go left too hard, it's going to fall over. What if we intentionally draw their attention and we drift the hell around this thing, making it intentionally do hard turns left until we make it fall down?
Can't deny I thought about it too.
Right?
Yes.
What's
My
the-
question
what
was
could possibly go
basically,
wrong?
do we think that thing isn't moving left? Step one.
Allison, you're so awesome.
I mean,
But
it's
step
not
two.
moving,
That
it's not
sounds
moving
like fun.
quickly. At least, just make sure you stay out of reach of the arm.
Yeah, no problem. We
Okay.
should totally do this, right?
Hope it doesn't get like a rocket
That's-
punch or something.
What we're here to do.
This is going to be the best day of my life.
Okay, walk me through what you're doing.
We want to intentionally like turn the lights on, honk the horns, draw its attention, and then intentionally like drive as quickly as possible in a circular motion to try and make it turn left to chase us,
Whip
and hope
around
that
the
it
front
trips
and-
over itself.
Okay,
This is a
Whip around the
really
front and
bad
come up on its
idea.
left
this
side.
is pretty fantastic. I can't.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm buckling up. I'm wrapping myself with some more towels.
Before we do that, I just want to ask Stephen if he can hold the bugs out. Just because we may not get a chance to if we're being chased by that thing.
I'll like roll the window down a little bit.
Yeah, you hold it down. They just nothing. They just seem dead.
Okay.
I think you're pretty confident at this point. They have been neutralized. So
They're
whatever,
done.
whatever that company was doing, they neutralized these things.
Okay, on to the much more fun thing.
Okay. Oh gosh. So what
I'm
am I
gonna kill
having?
us all.
I gotta have you roll something here. Like, is this a calculate? Because you're trying to be clever about
Please
using
no.
your vehicle and trying to like time it properly with this big machine. It
I'd like
feels
to
like
say
a calculate to me.
It seems like a move. It's
I
like
feel like
moving
it's
the
move.
car.
I'll give him a good
Okay.
old yeehaw if it helps, though.
All right.
But there is an assessment though, like maybe comprehend, like trying to.
I feel like it's two rolls because I feel like there's the actual doing of the
Yeah.
driving, which is move, but it's also like trying to do the timing of it all. So
Maybe the driver does the move, and everyone else shouting at him when to turn because he can't see all angles. Is maybe that's the calculate
that sounds
that
good
will help.
to me.
Not calculate, though. Not calculate.
I know, not
I think
calculate.
it's
Can
calculate.
it be comprehend?
I really don't think so.
Comprehend.
I think it's calculate. This is about
Hey.
machinery and movement. So Alice and Steve, go ahead, give me a calculate.
As a fail.
Do you want to push?
Oh my god.
Did either of you have shame?
Oh yeah,
Steer
Shane.
left. No, your other left.
I do have a shame. I need people to depend on me.
I have a shame that's not going to make me any better at math though.
Okay. All right.
I am depending on you, Steven.
You're pushing. You pushing.
I'll use my shame.
Oh, you're ashamed. So you got okay. So you're waiting for just the right time. You shout out, Llewellyn. Go ahead and make your move roll to try and drive. Oh god,
This is
so
I'm
bad.
so excited. This is such a terrible idea.
Okay, one success.
Just one.
Would you like more? Ready to push that?
Yes,
Okay, go ahead.
I think I will. I think we want to do a really good job
I
on
think
this.
you might.
Do I
want
just hit
to.
re-roll? Will that push?
That should, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I like 3 a lot
Okay,
better.
3 is so much better. Okay, so Jeremy, explain to me what happens. Like, what is it you're doing with the card now? Walk me through this.
I think it does rely a lot on the clutch timing of Steven keeping a lookout, but we do kind of, in like the worst prequel to the Fast and the Furious, just kind of lead this thing on a chase,
Okay.
and eventually like maybe there's some dip that it calculates incorrectly for, and it comes toppling over behind us.
Okay. So as that's happening, before it topples over, Steven, you hear on the radio. We got somebody out here. Oh my God, we got somebody. We got to get a cleanup crew out here. Get over to Upchurch. Get a cleanup crew out here. We need someone out here. Some wahoo out here is messing around with this. This is ridiculous. Come on now. They're gonna get us all killed. They're gonna get themselves killed. And then you go ahead and you do the thing. The giant tumbles down, lands, shakes the earth. Arm starts flailing around wildly. I'm gonna roll something really fast. That's the worst thing. Falls down right in front of your car, and you hear... and you guys watch as the front of Llewellyn's car begins to just demolecularize right in front of you. Piece by piece.
I thought it couldn't be destroyed.
What do you guys want to do? It's like taking the front end of your car. It's still
Switch
intact.
into reverse and slam the gas.
Okay, and so you have now like this, like you are missing your front bumper, your front grate, the little head, like the little whatever you have at the front on the hood, the hood ornament. That's what I was looking for. You don't have any more headlights anymore, but the engine is still roughly intact as you back it away, and this thing's still going, trying to like pull at you. Okay, over to the other group. You guys are staring.
Good decisions.
Yeah.
So can't be anything wrong about checking out this mysterious cabin out of nowhere.
Yeah. So there's nothing in the cabin. What were we doing after that? The cabin, then.
So you've noticed now in the span of past couple of minutes, you guys passed through like a very stark edge of a storm. You saw something come up out of the ground. Weird lightning things happen. Everything literally just went pitch black in front of you after like it almost looked like the horizon melted into silver and then wished back into existence out of the black. And the landscape looks different. There's rock formations. There's the ruins of an old cabin and a shack that wasn't there moments ago. So that's what you guys are dealing with, right? You go into the cabin just looks like the ruins of a cabin.
Yeah.
The weird thing is that it wasn't here a minute ago.
See if we can find anything identifying. See where this thing came from.
Yeah. That or Edward, if you know a lot of shit like navigation, like finding your location by like the sun and stuff. Like I wonder.
I don't think navigating from a cabin that appears out of nowhere is in the Boy Scout manual, man.
Listen, man. I know. I'm just thinking like this stuff wasn't here before, or is it we weren't here before?
Yeah. So like, look up if I can see the sun. Does it seem to be in roughly the same position?
You look up. The sun is in roughly the same position. So it's off to the west because it's afternoon, so you can still see it out west. And you guys are on the west, so it's still out there, yeah. The weather looks different.
Oh, I've got a pager. Does it still have signal?
Okay, you take a look at the pager, and you've got all sorts of weird little digital lines on it right now. Like you start hitting it, trying to shake it, and see if it doesn't seem to be working.
Yeah. You might have something there, Levi.
Yeah, man. Like I'm worried.
I got no service.
We move. Let's just hope we only move through space, not necessarily time.
How oldie does this cabin look? Does it look like it was made with modern techniques?
Yeah. No, I mean, it does. I mean, everything, it just looks like a cabin that probably was built, I don't know, sometime in the last 100 years, and someone just stopped living here and just left it.
Well, do we wait for the storm to pass and then just try and head back the same direction, or look around some of these old, foundations?
Yeah, let's dig around. Let's see if we can find out what this is.
Yeah, I'll go start digging around the old
Where
foundations.
It's from.
Yeah.
Okay. So you start messing around the old foundation and roll an investigate.
Oh, I got a success. First one of the night.
Okay. You you start digging around and you notice that there is like an old school kind of outside the foundation, what looks like the ruins of a cellar door. You kind of pull it away, it's broken, but you realize no, there's stairs going down still.
Going down.
You got in there and it's, oh god, it just stinks down here. And you go down and you can see there's all sorts of animal droppings and stuff, and You can see what looks like old bags of like fertilizer and stuff that haven't, like if you touch them and try to move them, they would fall apart easily.
Just rip apart. Okay.
And you see like some boxes and stuff of like belongings and whatnot. It's like this is just someone's cellar. You start digging through it, and it looks like a lot of like old like family photos, black and white stuff. It's old. A lot of it's been ruined from what looks like just lack of care. Yeah.
Flip it over and check the date.
The date is like mid 20th century. You're getting like different photographs on it. Kind of ties in with roughly the same age of the cabin. You do notice though that there are some of the crates though seem to have local businesses and such on them. It looks like they're reusing boxes here and there. This doesn't seem
businesses you recognize.
Yeah, there's nothing about this that seems like out of time. This isn't like a Back to the Future moment. You do get a name on one of them. Mentions like there's a picture of a guy and his wife and looks like two kids, and it's just got the Morris family, and then just Leonard and Petunia, and then like the two kids, Leroy and Janice.
All right. Well,
Yeah, just
make
snag
note
that.
of that. Yeah.
If you guys want to go ahead and roll comprehend, you can go ahead and do so.
Oh, look at that. Another success. It's coming around.
Okay. You would know that Leonard Morris is actually lives in town. He actually lives, Levi, in a retirement community right next to your trailer park. There's two different trailer parks. You live in sort of the non-retirement home, and he lives in the other one.
Well, I mean, we can go ask. I mean,
I want to take pictures of the cabin, and I want to take pictures of the pictures in case this all just goes away.
Yeah, no problem.
that's a good idea.
Okay.
Well, doesn't necessarily answer
Yeah,
where
not-
we
not
are
at all.
specifically, but at least we know we're still in the area.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's good. I'd hate to accidentally end up like, in Egypt or something.
Okay. So, back over by the fallen robot, you guys have backed away. Your car is still running, but it's missing its front nose, basically. You can see this thing thrashing around. You hear on the radio they're calling for. They've identified that there's some wahoo out here screwing around, and then they're like, "Oh, fell down. Oh, we need to get some sort of support out here. Now go ahead, just do the reset on it. It'll get up on its own. Come on, it's fine." And then you hear like the zzz, stop. Like everything on the thing just sort of stops, and it's kind of quiet for a moment. Storm's still going on. And then you do hear it start to spool back up, like it's rebooting. You hear the voices continuing to talk. It's just like they say, we got a team that's ETA 10 minutes.
I think we need to get out fast.
Duly noted.
Agreed.
Okay. So you guys, do you just want to drive? Which way? Just east, back to the road, or?
Let's start by just going away from it, and then we'll change direction once we're far enough away from it.
Okay. All right. So you just start driving away. No problem. Edward, Levi, Nicholas, you guys, what do you want to do?
If that's all there is to see,
Yeah, let's head back.
I think we get out of here before like we dissolve into something.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
So do you drive back into the storm?
Can we see any other landmarks? Like, can we get to the road without having to go through the storm again?
You would know that the highway that's closed is further north from you, and so you would have to kind of weave down through what looks just like desert waste. You're not sure if the suspension on this caravan could handle that kind of driving for too long.
Either
Well,
that
I'm
or
not sure
we
you can
Does
handle
the
going back
storm
through the
look like it's
tornado
moving?
again.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Nicholas, what was that?
Does the storm look like it's moving, or does it seem stationary where it's at?
Yeah, it seems actually pretty stationary. It did seem to lessen actually. Like the severity of it, it just kind of lightened up a bit not too long ago.
I don't know if I'm a huge fan of going back into the storm right now.
Yeah, me either. I mean, if we just take it slow,
Yeah, just
I think we just take it slow and try to get back to the road.
Okay. So you basically head away from the storm, kind of down a slope. You're like it is not a fun ride because desert landscape out here. It's not particularly great. You're running over all sorts of different shrub. You see all animals like scattering over and over again. But eventually, you make it to the road. You make it to the Northwestern Highway. Heads out of town. Hang a right. You start driving back to town. And you notice from a distance that right where the edge of the snowstorm, right where the edge of the dust storm is, there's some military vehicles on the road.
That's not great. We hang back and see if they dissipate or go another direction. I don't want to go up and, get Nicholas arrested today.
Yeah.
Trade in for your
would
own
like
freedom.
to avoid them.
Okay. You hang around at a distance in which you're pretty sure they can't necessarily see you. 20 minutes go by. Nope. 30 minutes, they're still there. At that point, the storm looks to have lessened. As you guys are watching, though, you notice that behind them, an extra 100 or so feet, you see about a 3-story dark object walking past them. Heading northwester to the northwest corner of Endurance. And we'll go ahead and stop there, I think. Yeah, it's a good place to stop. Okay.
Does it look like it recently fell over?
It does, in fact, look like it recently fell over. It does indeed. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. That was fun.
Ooh.
Ah,
All right. Let's hit our questions.
does it look like this thing?
Looks a little like that thing, yeah. A little different.
Edward's Japanese anime is going to come through. He loves it.
Let's see. Where's my experience question thingies?
I missed it.
Participate in the session. Yeah. Problem relationships get you into trouble. Yeah, you guys got in a lot of trouble because your relationships with each other. Anybody go broken?
No.
Nah.
time.
Okay. Put yourself in harm's way to resolve the mystery. Yeah, you can all take that. And did you learn something new?
Yes.
What did you guys learn?
Freaking robots in the desert.
There are giant friggin' robots in the desert. That's true. Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
we know a little bit about sort of what it's doing. Like it said it was like demolecularizing it. So I wonder if it's like reconstituting it on the other side with something stripped out of it, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, we
seems
found
like
out that
it's
storms are
making the
moving.
storm.
Yeah.
Yep. And cabins appear out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And the bugs be gone stuff being similar to whatever's being done at the Hams factory.
Yeah.
It
Lots of
was,
Or if
things.
it's trying to like 3D print stuff with the storm,
Mm,
Mm.
okay.
it seems.
Interesting. Cool. I'm just going to write all those ideas down. Roll a die, see which one it is. Okay. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get to all your XP. Let's do some closing plugs. We'll go. So, I know everyone's got a little bit of something. So, Bert, what's going on?
Oh, this Saturday on the Goodman Games official channel, I'm running some America for some of the folks that are, two of the folks that are here. And got some Dungeons and Dragons going on, first edition tomorrow night, and Friday got some BX Dungeons and Dragons going on the twitch.tv/Steam Steal and Murder channel.
Awesome. And links to both podcast stuff and Bert's Twitch channel are in the chat. Chuck, what's going on with Defenders?
Yeah, what do we got? Wednesday, we rocking out some spectaculars. You'll see quite a few people here, specifically Jeremy, who's running the shindig. Friday night on Defenders, we're doing some Alien, continuing on with Destroyer of Worlds. Saturday, we're going to be doing during the day at noon, I believe. We'll be doing our next episode of Watercolors and Warriors here on our Twitch on Defenders. And then, like Bert said, Saturday night for Danger Strangers, he's running us through some America. And then the last thing will be Sunday, 9 Central. We should be back to Saltmarsh.
Nice.
Okay.
Jeremy, Plutcast?
Yeah, PLEWD, talking about comics and other fun nonsense. It's a good time.
Okay. And then as for Melissa and I, we are Adventures in Lollygagging. We are over on twitch.tv/the Lollygaggers. We play on Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays. This Friday at 8 Central, we got a special one-shot of Change Stars, which is a game up on Kickstarter right now from our friends over at Diesel Shot. Normally we'll be playing Delta Green on Fridays, but this week we're doing something a little different. And then Saturday at 6 Central, over on our own channel, we are playing Worlds Without Number, where we have our own little sci-fantasy campaign going on. We just started that up. And next Monday, we'll be back on our channel playing Alien, Continuing Cinders of Heaven, and I might try to rip more arms off. I've got 2 so far. I want to add to my collection of arms. Thank you for everybody who hung out and watched. Thank you for everyone who chatted in the chat. Thank you to the players for doing crazy stuff today. And thanks for the raids. But we're out, and we'll see you in a couple weeks with more of our Into the Dirt things from the Flood game. So good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.